Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. On a very miserable day. It's dull, dark outside. I've had to put my light on because my picture on my screen was so dark with it being no sunshine at all today, look at it that way. But I have had happy mail today. I know it's from who it's from. It's because she's got her name on the outside. It's from Emma, and I have opened it up to have a look. So I'm going to show you what Emma sent me. First off, there was a card in. That card, lovely flowers on all over it. And it's from Emma saying, hope you don't mind, but she's made a few more coasters. So she had some wool and it was a bit scratchy, so she used it up on the coasters. She says, I enjoy making them. They're so quick and easy to do. And then she's asked me about an order for an oceans pouch and another bag, and she sent me the cash for that. So I'm going to have to message Emma and to find out exactly what bag and what oceans pouch she means, because I have done that many, I cannot remember. She's mentioned a blue oceans pouch here. She said, you know the first blue pouch you made? I cannot remember what blue pouch I made, Emma. I've made loads of them. I'll have to go through some of my videos to see which one you mean. And a bigger bag, like the one I made before. So I think she means the one with the bottom, the hard bottoms on. Only a bigger one, only I haven't got any. Here's one lady has asked me for about doing a bigger one, which I was keeping that one for her, and the only ones I have left are the peg size ones. But I can make the peg size ones larger instead of just doing the stitches around the bottom, you know, one stitch into each thing. I just double up the stitches around the round edge. Instead of going straight up like that, it'll come out like that, so it'll come out wider. I can do them ones that way because they're hard to get hold of, the larger ones. I've had a look on Temu and there's not many larger ones on there. And the ones from the likes of Amazon and that, they do cost quite a lot. But anyway, that's that. We'll have a look at the coasters that Emma sent me. Oh, she's got them all in little packs here. I can take one out of it to see it better. That's the my little flower pattern that Emma, I think she watched the tutorial for when I did this one. So that's a pack of lemon ones. And the same with these ones, a pack of green. That's a green pack. So they're all sets of 4. And that is a set of pink ones, which I will put these up on my eBay shop for anyone that wants them. And then I think I did a tutorial for something like this as well. Slightly different with the different edge around. It's the same centre, you know, the flower centre, but just this bit here round the edge. So these are different shades of green with the white in the centre. There's 4 of them. They're lovely, those ones. I like doing those ones myself. And then there's a set, different shades of pink with the white one in the centre, and that one has the same edge on. I think this is an edge, I think I did one time on the what's called the African Violet one. I think that was the edge of that. Just makes them look a little bit different. And then one with different shades of blue. Very striking, that one. So for anyone that's interested, they'll be up on eBay. I'll be putting them up later on. I have to put them back in the bag for now, out the way. So thank you for those lovely coasters, Emma. I think somebody's going to enjoy them. And I had another card this morning. This was just payment from a lady who I sent the last coasters and the mandala to. This was to Pat. This is just to let Pat know that I have received her payment and a card. And she says, "Dear Sheila, please find enclosed a payment for the coasters and the mandala. Much appreciated for you doing such a lovely set of your work crocheting and love the colours." And that was from Pat. So that's just to let Pat know that I have received your card with the payment in, so you don't need to worry now. Put that back in the envelope. And I was doing I have done a little bit shopping today, so I've only just started knitting. It is actually almost 4 o'clock now, but I haven't had time to do any knitting today. I've been out shopping and had other things to do and that, so I'm just doing a little bit of derricks now before tea time. I've only just started this because I've had so many other things to do. And as you can see, that was how much I did yesterday from there up to there. And as you can see, it's getting longer. I'm not sure. See what it measures. Have I got my tape measure somewhere? Oh, it's on the floor over there. I had something else on the floor I was measuring. I'm not going to get up and get it. But I think it's about 14 inches. I think, if I remember, I think I measured it last night and I think it's getting to about 14 inches. So there's another 3 inches to do yet. And I've just lost a stitch come off there. Put it back on. That's it. And that's Derek's. And this one I have both the back and the 2 fronts done. So I didn't have time to do any more of that one this morning. So I just have the sleeves to do and that, and then do the finishing neck and bands and that on it. And my own, I've actually started on the sleeve, one of the sleeves. So that's, I have all the rib done on the sleeve, so I'm just starting to sort the pattern out on it. But I have made a little video. I've put the other pieces on the floor and flattened them out so you can see what they're starting to look like. So I'm going to stop this video and then I'll start it back again later. This is how my cardigan is looking now. I can always measure it better when I flatten it out on the floor, and it does measure 21 across, so it's coming out to 42 inch, which is what I was actually knitting. It's for a 40 inch, but it needs to measure 42 when it's finished, so the ease for fitting. And it does curl in a lot because there's a lot of stocking stitch in this pattern. So at least you can see what it's starting to look like, because I have started the sleeves now. So that's how my cardigan's coming along. It'll not take too much longer now that I've started on the sleeves. But I do like to lay it out on the floor and flatten it out, and I can measure it better then as well. And it's coming out the size I intended doing, which is a 40 inch to measure 42 inches, the finished measurement. And the measurements are coming out right. As best I could measure it, because it does, with it having a lot of stocking stitch in that pattern, it does curl in when you're trying to flatten it out on the floor until you start sewing it up. And you know, I felt rather cold today because I've been wearing my cardigans and my t-shirts the last few days. So I thought I'd put a sweater on because was really wet and miserable this morning. It still is, and it's gone dull and dark. And it is quite cool in my house as well. But you know, when I was out, I only had a fleece jacket on top of it. And I was sweating. I was lathered actually by the time I got home. I thought, oh, it's too warm for, it's getting too warm for jumpers. But you never know, you know, the weather keeps changing. One day it's lovely and the next day it's not. So I'm going to do what I can of Derek's for a little while, and then I'll start on my own after tea. So that's just a little bit today to let you see what I've been doing, how far I've got with this, that and the other. And I'm going to make myself a cup of tea as well because I haven't had one since I came in from shopping. But you know, I have had a letter. Will I find it? And just a little update for everyone about the problem I'm having with Southern Ireland about to do with my income tax thing, which they are going to take off me. This is I've hidden my the address and everything on there, but this is my certificate of UK fiscal residence that the HMRC have sent to me to state that I am a tax resident of the United Kingdom. I've sent a copy of that to Ireland, Google Ireland, and they are still refusing to accept that as proof that I live permanently in the UK and pay tax in the UK. But they did send me a letter, HMRC did send me a letter, and I'm going to read what it says on this letter to you. It says, Certificate of Residence Request. And I contacted them on the 19th of April. It says, I enclose a certificate of residence you need for the tax authorities in Ireland. The certificate of residence does not guarantee that your claim for tax relief under the double taxation agreement will be successful, which I've been finding that out anyway. The Overseas Fiscal Authority will decide if you meet the conditions and if they can allow the relief. Well, they haven't, because I've sent that document to them and they're still refusing it. And says, please tell us if you think they've refused the relief that you should be entitled to. We'll then consider contacting them on your behalf. We'll do this under the mutual agreement procedure. We may also give them information to help with their decision. And during our checks, we may have to give information to the tax authorities in Ireland. We'll do this under the double taxation agreement or legislation. And then they say, we can only certify you as a resident of the UK at the 30th of April 2024. That was up to the date when they signed that form and sent it to me. They can't say any further date because, like I'm saying, we cannot certify that a person will be resident of the UK for any future period. This is because we do not know if you will be a resident of the UK in the future. I've got no intention of emigrating, so I will be. But then they say you may need to fill in a UK self-assessment tax return for income included in your certificate of residence request. You must include this income as part of your worldwide income if you're completing self-assessment tax returns. And they're telling me how to go to GovU. Well, I know how to go, what I have to do to fill in my self-assessment thing, but means they want me to fill it in now instead of, which I would have to wait up until January the 31st if I wanted to, but I didn't last year. I filled it in straight away after the year finished. So it looks like I have to fill that in first before I can ask these to sort out the taxing with Ireland. You know, I don't know why I bother. And I was saying if I didn't get it sorted, I would turn the monetisation off, but they won't probably take any tax off until Ireland's tax year starts from beginning of January to the end of December. Different to ours is April to April. Theirs is different to Ireland. So it will probably be coming up before the end of the year when they would probably work out whatever tax they think I should pay out of all the money that I've had from January. This will be for the tax year for last year, their last tax year, because they're in the new tax year now from January to December. So they would probably want to take, I don't know, most things I've read say if they don't have proof of whatever country you're in or anything like that, they take 30% of your earnings. So they're probably going to send me a bill for the last tax year, which is going to be quite a lot for me because I do make quite a lot on YouTube. They send me a bill, they can know what they can do with it. They are not getting anything off me. But they will probably take it out of whatever earnings I have coming on YouTube. That's what will happen. They'll just take it, instead of me having whatever number of £100 that I make in a month, they'll just keep on taking the amount out until they've took the tax thing out of me. And you know, saying I was going to turn the monetisation off if I couldn't get it sorted out and just do my videos as normal, but just not getting paid for anything. But the thing is, I have to pay my rent and my council tax out of that money that comes in, because with me doing this, going self-employed on YouTube, I lost that entitlement to free rent and free council tax, which I now have to pay. And as my money in the bank has been building up, I've got too much money in the bank, so I'm going to have to pay my rent and council tax out of my money in the bank until it starts coming down to a level when I can claim it for free, get free rent and free council tax. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just so annoyed at such a clout just to prove that I live in the United Kingdom. I've always lived in the United Kingdom. And I sent them, when they sent me an email back telling me that they weren't accepting that form from HMRC, I sent them a right stinking email back and told them right what I thought of them and what I thought of their system, and that they need to get something done about it, because I don't know whether it's a person that answers these emails that we send, or whether it's going through a computer thing and it's a computer that doesn't recognise the forms you're sending in. But whatever, I was so annoyed, and you know, I sent them a right stinking email back and I haven't heard anything from it, so I'll probably never hear anything from it. And even if I fill out my tax thing, from what it said in that letter, I'm going to have to fill it out where I'm going to have to specify everywhere where my money comes in from, where I just put in how much I've earned and what my incoming is and what my outgoing is. But from that, if they want to know exactly where the money's coming from, I'm going to have to fill that all out separate, where every place where the money comes in, because I don't just get it from YouTube, I get it from orders that I do and things like that. And I'm just so annoyed. But I can't do anything about it. I've tried all sorts, I've sent all sorts of documents to them that just will not accept anything. I don't know what they want. They want blood. So anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to get on with my knitting. So thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you some other time. So bye for now.